How do we better get education and awareness out to the market, right through to consumers and right through to the corporate?
Sure. I think we all have a role to play in education around cyber. It's not just people who are transacting with banks that need to be educated on cyber. It's everything that we do these days is online, and it's a question of understanding the risks, the capabilities of devices.
One of the key challenges we hear around cybersecurity is always an inflection between speed to market, new products, new capabilities launching that the business wants versus what's often seen as constraints in terms of security and controls. How do you see that's being balanced in the market?
Sure, I think speed to market obviously is a commercial consideration, but I think a little bit more thought needs to go into the potential reputational damage if you release to the market an inherently insecure system or a system with vulnerabilities. That will cause you greater damage in the long run, and speed to market would be a very small consideration if you look at the costs associated with a data breach, and the impact of the breach may be very limited in the grand scheme of things, but the reputational damage and the amount of lost business for those organisations is something which is customer confidence is something very difficult to recover. It's inevitable that a DDoS attack will come at some point, and I think the key to handling DDoS is to expect it, to look at DDoS mitigation services. So organisations provide mitigation services so that if you suffer a DDoS attack, you can very quickly switch traffic over to an alternate service.
Are they successful?
Well, the organisations that we see are successful in mitigating have DDoS mitigation services, and they've conducted the fire drills beforehand. The first time that you test your DDoS mitigation service is not when your production environment is under attack. That's not the time to be testing your capabilities. So run the fire drills, test your staff, test your external providers, and ensure that when the inevitable attack does occur, you're prepared and you're ready to mitigate and to switch over to the alternate service. And
so what's next?
I think more of the same. I think the bad guys, the criminals who are exploiting computer systems and attacking computer systems will continue to attack. Financial services, financial data will continue to be a target of that type of attack, and the reason for that is financial data, payment card data can be monetized very quickly, can be sold on the black market from the comfort of your own home for the criminals. I think we will continue to see an increase in cyber espionage attacks and thefts of targeted attacks on organisations where information is being targeted.
One of the key questions that's often asked is, are we improving?
Sure, I think we absolutely are, and I think a lot of those improvements are coming through increased vigilance, and a lot more intelligence sharing is occurring now between both public and private sector, both within public and private sector.
I think it's a good point. I think there's a recognition in the market across industry and within industries that everyone's in this together and no one can actually do it on their own, and actually needs a bigger ecosystem of support.
Sure, and I think that you've hit the nail on the head. Nobody can do it alone. I think in times gone by, many organisations have thought they can do it on their own, and that applies to both public and private sector. Nobody can do it on their own, and that industry collaboration and collaboration on attacks is yielding results. The bad guys will continue to get better. We'll continue to see more and more cyber attacks, but
responses also improve.
Absolutely.